Good morning, YouTube, and welcome back to the channel. This is IMAX Sports with another football video, and today I'm doing another Hunger Games video, but this time I'm doing NBA Hunger Games. I've already done this once before, so this will be my second time, and I wanted to do an updated version of it like partway through the season. So I did this before at the beginning of the season with the records from last year and where they placed in the playoffs, and so now I have the updated records of all the teams. I have the updated positioning in each conference. And funny enough, the conference champions, or the conference leaders, are the ones that have the messed up logos. So, I have the Utah Jazz, who have a very scrunched up, weird logo, because I couldn't find a regular logo that would work with this website. Los Angeles Lakers, LA Clippers, Philadelphia 76ers with a weird white line underneath their logo for some reason. The Milwaukee Bucks, the Brooklyn Nets, the Phoenix Suns, the Portland Trailblazers, the San Antonio Spurs, the Boston Celtics, the Indiana Pacers, the Charlotte Hornets, the Denver Nuggets, the Golden State Warriors, the Dallas Mavericks, the Toronto Raptors, the New York Knicks, the Miami Heat, Sacramento Kings, the Grizzlies, the New Orleans Pelicans, the Atlanta Hawks, the Atlanta Falcons, the Atlanta Lakes Birds, Chicago Bulls, the Orlando Magic, the Houston Rockets, the OKC Thunder, the Minnesota Timberwolves, Cleveland Cavaliers, Detroit Pistons, and Washington Wizards. And I also have 1, 2, and 3 in each conference getting a second spot down here because since they are 1, 2, and 3, especially in the East, the top 2 are considerably better than the rest of the conference. So the top 3 are definitely have an advantage when it comes to the playoffs and actually winning the conference. So that's why the top 6 have extra spots. Also because I can only do 24 and 36, so I could either take 6 teams out or add 6 new ones. So I added 6 new ones. So, for those of you who haven't seen one of these videos before, basically I go through the Hunger Games, or I do a Hunger Games simulation with all of the teams. And basically what that means is I put them all in a virtual battlefield with trees and supplies, and they go and get supplies, and then they go and kill each other. So basically how the Hunger Games works, for those of you who don't know, is there's a dystopian society and the government wants to use a battle royale type of real life game to keep the people in line. So basically, they throw 24 people in a ring every year, and and there's a cornucopia in the middle with food and supplies. And the goal is to be the last man standing, or a woman. And you can either go towards the middle, or you can run away to the outskirts. And the goal is to kill everyone else and win. In this case, we have 36 because there are 30 teams in the NBA. And yeah, So, and there were genders on here. You couldn't say gender neutral because they're teams, so I'm just going to say they. Magic smash a pair of size. The Raptors and Jazz fight for a bag, but the Jazz give up and retreat. The Thunder take a sickle from inside the cornucopia. The Clippers, Cavs, and Lakers work together to get as many supplies as possible. The Pistons take a spear from inside the cornucopia. The Suns run away. The 76ers decapitate the Bills with a sword, so that's our first death. The Heat run away. The Celtics run away. Lakers run away. The Nuggets run away. The Wizards clutch a first aid kit and run away. The Timberwolves grab a sword. The Nets run away. The Bucks and Pacers fight for a bag, but the Pacers give up and retreat. The Pelicans run away. The 76ers run away with a lighter and some rope. The Jazz rip a mace out of the Hawks' hands. The Nets snatch a bottle of alcohol and a rag. The Trailblazers run away. The Mavericks, Warriors, Knicks, and Rockets form a suicide pact. Okay. So, the West is already dwindling. Already, the West is getting rid of themselves. The Bucks run away. The Hornets find a bag of explosives. The Grizzlies run away. Well, the Rockets are actually part of a suicide pact. Like they literally have a suicide pact. The Grizzlies run away. The Spurs gather as much food as they can, and the Kings find the Clippers hiding in the cornucopia and kill them. There's a lot of deaths for the first day. 76ers try to spearfish with the trident. Raptors attack the Lakers, but they manage to escape. The Jazz try to spearfish with the Trident. Wizards and Pacers work together for the day. The Cavaliers attempt to climb a tree but fall to their death. Sounds about right. 76ers pick flowers. Nice. The Heat, Grizzlies, Celtics, Hawks, and Suns hunt for their tributes, while the Magic steal from the Nets. Hornets make a slingshot, and the Pelicans explore the arena. I always think this says explodes. The Kings overhear the Nets and the Pistons talking in the distance, and the Jazz attack the Lakers, but they manage to escape. Thunder construct a shack. The Spurs camouflage themselves in the bushes. Clippers make a wooden spear. Not a sword. I'm good at reading. The Nuggets defeat the Trailblazers but spare their life. The Timberwolves steal from the Bucks, and the Bucks discover a cave. So, 7 cannon shots for the first day. Bulls, Mavericks, Warriors, Knicks, Rockets, Clippers, and Cavs. That was more than usual, but we usually do 24 24 things on here. We don't always do 36, so. Nets are unable to start a fire and sleep without warmth. Grizzlies beg for the Timberwolves to kill them. They refuse, keeping the Grizzlies alive. The Raptors receive clean water from an unknown sponsor, and the Pelicans quietly hum. The Hornets, Bucks, and 76ers unsuccessfully ambush the Spurs, Clippers, and Kings, who kill them instead. Yay. So, those were 3 very powerful teams that were just destroyed by the East versus the West. The Trailblazers receive an explosive from an unknown sponsor. The Nets go to sleep. Bucks, 76ers, and Pacers discuss the games. Wow, they're teaming up a lot today, huh? The Nuggets try to treat their infection, while the Jazz and Celtics tell stories about themselves. The Magic receive medical supplies. The Heat and Jazz sleep in shifts. Wizards tend to the Thunder's wounds. The Lakers think about winning. The Pistons quietly hum. The Lakers cook their food before putting the fire out. The Hawks see a fire but stay hidden, and the Suns cook their food before putting their fire out. The Thunder collect fruit from a tree. The Timberwolves injure themselves. The Jazz track down and kill the Wizards. The Heat explore the arena. The Raptors, Kings, and Hawks hunt for their tributes, while the Spurs question their sanity. The Nets kill the Grizzlies with a sickle. The Celtics construct a shack. The Bucks defeat the 76ers in a fight but spare their life. The Nets and Pistons split up and search for resources. The Pacers receive explosives from an unknown sponsor. The Magic receives explosives from an unknown sponsor as well. The Trailblazers search for firewood while the Pelicans make a wooden spear. The Jazz see smoke rising in the distance but decide not to investigate. The Suns discover a fire. And Los Angeles teams up to hunt for other tributes. You got the Lakers, and the Clippers all teaming up. And the Nuggets hunt for other tributes. Hornets, Bucks, 76ers, Wizards, and Grizzlies. And as the Grizzlies died, I remember they were the Memphis Grizzlies, because I forgot in the intro. The Magic go to sleep. The Nuggets, Nets, Bucks, Timberwolves all tell each other ghost stories. Pacers try to treat their infection, while the Lakers, Raptors, Kings, and Hawks tell each other ghost stories. The Jazz destroy the Heat's supplies while they're asleep. The Suns and 76ers and Pistons cheerfully sing songs together. The Pelicans try to sing themselves to sleep, while the Clippers receive medical supplies from an unknown sponsor. The Spurs tend to the Trailblazers' wounds, and while the Lakers quietly hum. The Jazz are awoken by nightmares. The Nets pass out from exhaustion, and the Celtics see the Thunder on fire set the Thunder on fire with a Molotov. You see, if I want the Celtics to kill someone, that's how I want them to kill them. The Suns sprain their ankle while running away from the Clippers. The Raptors fall to a pit and die. The Magic, that's the first falling into a pit and dying we've seen. The Magic make a slingshot. The Nets are pricked by some thorns. And then they overhear the Pelicans and Lakers talking in the distance. The Spurs try to sleep through the entire day while the Nuggets attack the Celtics, but they manage to escape. The Timberwolves divert the Pacers' attention and run away. And the Jazz severely injures the 76ers, leaving them to die. So the 76ers are the first to lose both teams, right? The Bucks stalk the Pistons while the Kings discover a cave. The Trailblazers accidentally detonate a landmine trying to arm it. The Hawks steal from the Heat while they're not looking. The Jazz make a wooden spear, and the Lakers collect fruit from a tree. So the Thunder, the Raptors, the 76ers, and the Trailblazers have all perished. So we still have the Jazz, Lakers, Bucks, Nets, Suns, Spurs, Celtics, Pacers. Nuggets, Heat, Kings, Pelicans. Hawks, Magic, Timberwolves, Pistons. Jazz, Lakers, Clippers, and Nets. So, the Clippers number 2 have 3 kills. The Jazz number 2 have 2 kills. The Nets have a kill. The Spurs have 3. The Celtics have 1. I usually go through the stats or whatever after a couple of days. The Nets tend to their wounds, while the Lakers tend to their wounds. The Spurs, Heat, Nuggets, and Timberwolves tell each other ghost stories. The Nets, Kings, Pacers, and Clippers sleep in shifts. The Magic try to sing themselves to sleep. The Bucks convince the Celtics to snuggle with them. The Lakers, Suns, Jazz, and Pelicans tell each other ghost stories. The Hawks die of thirst. The Pistons tend to their wounds, and the Jazz receives clean water from an unknown sponsor. Lakers search for water source while the Celtics attack the Pistons. The Nuggets attack the Lakers, but they manage to escape as well. The Nets accidentally detonate a landmine, trying to arm it again. The Heat and Clippers work together for the day. The Magic go hunting. The Timberwolves, Pacers, and Kings start fighting, but the Pacers run away as the Timberwolves kills the Kings. That was confusing. Kings are dead. Spurs injure themselves. The Jazz ambush the Suns and kill them. Suns are doing very well, though. Jazz have a lot of kills. Bucks injure themselves. Pelicans see smoke rising in the distance. The Jazz search for firewood, and the Nets die trying to escape the arena. So the Nets lost both teams on one day. That's a first. The Spurs and Nuggets tell each other stories. The Pelicans see fire. The Pelicans see fire, guys. The Jazz fend the Celtics, Pistons, and Jazz away from his fire. Okay, the Jazz defend the Jazz from his own fire. Great. The Lakers beg for the Pacers to kill her, and they refuse, keeping the Lakers alive. So, the Heat cry themselves to sleep. The Timberwolves receive explosives from an unknown sponsor. The Magic, Clippers, and Bucks discuss the games what might happen in the morning, and the Lakers receive fresh food from an unknown sponsor. The Spurs sprain their ankle while running away from the Pistons. The Heat fall into a pit and die. The Jazz scare off the Clippers. The Timberwolves beg the Jazz to kill them. They refuse, keeping the Timberwolves alive. Celtics make a slingshot, and the Lakers make a slingshot, while the Pelicans think about home. The Pacers steal from the Magic while they aren't looking, and the Bucks injure themselves, while the Nuggets sprain their ankle running away from the Lakers. A lot of sprained ankles, not a lot of kills. 1 death today from the Heat. Yeah, the Heat. I don't know what that issue is. Yeah. So, the Bucks fall into frozen lake and drown. The Pacers and Jazz huddle for warmth while the Jazz tend to their wounds. The Celtics defeat the Timberwolves in a fight but spare their life. The Lakers and Spurs run into each other and decide to truce for the night. The Magic destroy the Pelicans' supplies while they're asleep. The Clippers receive clean water from an unknown sponsor, while the Pistons attempt to start a fire but are unsuccessful. The Nuggets tend to their wounds, while the Lakers cook food before putting their fire out. The Nuggets practice their archery, while the Jazz kill the Jazz with a sickle. I have loved the camaraderie between the Jazz and the Jazz, like the storyline. The evolution of how these two teams have interacted with each other has been phenomenal. The Lakers stalk the Spurs. The Celtics and Pistons work together for the day. The Magic question their sanity. The Lakers stab the Pelicans in the back with a trident. The Timberwolves camouflage themselves in the bushes, and the Clippers steal from the Pacers. There's an arena event. So sometimes the game makers create arena events with their technology to make the game go faster by killing more people. This time they're putting fire. So the Lakers and Pistons find a safe spot and suffocate. The Magic survive. The Jazz fall to the ground, but kick the Timberwolves hard enough to push them into the fire. So the Timberwolves have survived 2 rounds in a row by almost near death. They're not going to survive 3 rounds in a row. Spurs and Clippers, in order to utilize a body of water, Spurs kill the Clippers to utilize a body of water safely. The Pacers fall to the ground, kicking the Celtics hard enough. So, too bad the Celtics are gone, but they lasted pretty long. Nuggets survive, and a fireball strikes the Lakers, killing them. So the Bucks, Jazz, Pelicans, Lakers, Pistons, Timberwolves, Clippers, Celtics, and Lakers have perished. The Jazz and Nuggets sleep in shifts, while the Magic, Pacers, and Spurs cheerfully sing songs together. The Magic injure themselves, the Spurs explore the arena, the Nuggets and Jazz threaten a double suicide and it fails and they die. How is that failing? They threaten a double suicide and they die. That's not failing. That's succeeding in my opinion. I didn't say that. I never said that. The Pacers try to spear both of their trident. The Pacers use squirrels to their advantage, shoving them into... Oh, there's another arena event. The carnivorous squirrels, not coronavirus squirrels, the carnivorous squirrels start attacking the tributes. So the Pacers utilize the squirrels to their advantage, shoving the Magic into them. And the Spurs try to kill as many squirrels as they can before they end up dying. So the Nuggets, Jazz, Magic, and Spurs have perished, leaving the Pacers from District 4. So, the Pacers with 2 kills, the Spurs with 4 kills were the top 2. Magic got 3rd place. Jazz got 4th place with 2 kills, but they also got 13th place with 3 kills. The Lakers had 2 very strong teams in 6th and 11th. Only 1 kill between them, though. Celtics got a kill in 7th place. Clippers got 3 kills in 8th place. And the Kings got 4 kills in 18th. So, hope you guys enjoyed. Make sure to leave a like and comment down below what you guys want to see in future videos. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. I make fun content like this. And if there's anything else you guys want to see in the future, please let me know. Because I am trying to still get good content out to you guys. Even though NFL season is over, I'm trying to think of some new ideas. So if you guys have any ideas, let me know in the comments below. And I will see to it. Thank you guys for watching. I'll see you guys on the next one. Peace out.